Welcome back to Wonders of the Unknown. Today, we have a captivating story for you called The Great Debate. In this thrilling tale, humanity faces a monumental decision when a galactic ambassador arrives on Earth. With the potential for advanced technology and an alliance with an extraterrestrial civilization at stake, the world becomes divided over whether to trust the mysterious visitor. Will they come to an agreement, or will this debate tear society apart? Stay tuned to find out, and if you enjoy our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our stories. The day the Galactic Ambassador's spacecraft touched down on Earth marked a turning point in human history. People around the world watched in awe as the vessel descended upon the United Nations headquarters in New York City. The alien visitor emerged, elegant and composed, extending an offer to form an alliance and share advanced technology with Earth's nations. News channels and social media exploded with coverage of the unprecedented event, and it didn't take long for humanity to find itself deeply divided on whether to trust this enigmatic extraterrestrial being. On one side of the debate, proponents of the alliance argued that the opportunity to gain access to advanced technology and knowledge was too valuable to pass up. Visionaries like Dr. Ellen Krieger, a renowned astrophysicist, passionately advocated for cooperation with the Galactic Ambassador. They believed that such advancements could revolutionize healthcare, agriculture, and energy production, lifting humanity to new heights and solving many of the planet's most pressing problems. In town halls and on televised debates, these proponents painted a picture of a brighter future, one where Earth could take its place among the stars and learn from its newfound allies. On the other side, skeptics warned of the potential risks of accepting the Galactic Ambassador's offer. Prominent among them was General David Anderson, a decorated military leader who had spent his career preparing for the potential threats that lay beyond Earth's atmosphere. They questioned the true intentions of the extraterrestrial visitor and worried that forming an alliance could place Earth in a vulnerable position, susceptible to exploitation or even invasion. They argued that humanity should prioritize its own interests and proceed with extreme caution, reminding the world of historical precedents where less technologically advanced societies had suffered at the hands of more advanced conquerors. As the debate intensified, global leaders found themselves caught in the crossfire, pressured to make a decision that would shape the future of their nations and the planet as a whole. Leaders like President Maria Ramirez of Brazil and Prime Minister Samuel Osei of Ghana carefully weighed the potential benefits and risks, conscious that their choices would resonate for generations to come. As they deliberated, their citizens made their voices heard in the streets, in op-eds, and on social media, fueling a passionate and often heated conversation about the destiny of humankind. As the days passed, factions began to form around the world, each advocating for their own agenda and interests. Pro-alliance groups, such as the Intergalactic Coalition, rallied for open communication and cooperation with the Galactic Ambassador, organizing events, fundraisers, and awareness campaigns to spread their message of unity and progress. They argued that by embracing the Galactic Ambassador and their advanced technology, Earth could overcome its many challenges, including climate change, poverty, and disease. Opposing these groups were organizations like Earth First, who were deeply suspicious of the Galactic Ambassador and the potential risks associated with forming an alliance. They staged protests and disseminated information about the potential dangers of sharing Earth's resources and knowledge with an unknown extraterrestrial civilization. Their message resonated with many who feared losing their cultural identity, autonomy, and even their very existence. Meanwhile, the media continued to cover every twist and turn of the debate, with pundits and experts dissecting the motives and potential consequences of both accepting and rejecting the Galactic Ambassador's offer. The world watched with bated breath, wondering what decision their leaders would ultimately make. As the arguments grew more heated, some factions took matters into their own hands. Underground networks of hackers, dissidents, and radicals sprouted up, each with their own vision for how Earth should respond to the Galactic Ambassador. Espionage, sabotage, and secret dealings became increasingly common as the various factions vied for power and influence. Global leaders, such as President Ramirez and Prime Minister Osei, found themselves in a precarious situation. The pressure to make a decision was mounting, and they knew that whatever choice they made would leave some factions unhappy and potentially lead to further division and unrest. Yet, they also understood that the longer they delayed, the more chaotic the situation would become, and the higher the stakes would be for Earth's future. As the clock ticked down, the tension continued to rise. The United Nations convened an emergency summit, bringing together representatives from all member nations to discuss the Galactic Ambassador's arrival and determine the best course of action. The debates within the UN were as contentious as those outside, with member states often clashing over their positions on the issue. On one side, countries with a strong interest in advancing their technological capabilities and addressing global challenges pushed for an alliance with the extraterrestrial civilization. They argued that the potential benefits of working with the Galactic Ambassador far outweighed the risks, and that humanity had a unique opportunity to usher in a new era of prosperity and knowledge. On the other side, nations with a more cautious approach to the situation argued that forming an alliance with the Galactic Ambassador could have unforeseen consequences. They feared that the extraterrestrial civilization might have a hidden agenda, and that sharing Earth's resources and knowledge with them could potentially harm humanity in the long run. As the discussions dragged on, the world held its collective breath, waiting to see whether a consensus could be reached. The media continued to cover every detail of the summit, with experts analyzing the various arguments, speculating on the outcome, and discussing the potential consequences of the decision. As the summit entered its final day, it became clear that the United Nations would need to make a decision one way or the other. The pressure on the world leaders was immense, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. As the final hours of the summit approached, an unexpected development threatened to tip the scales in favor of one side. A group of scientists from various nations, having secretly analyzed data shared by the Galactic Ambassador, claimed to have discovered evidence of advanced technology that could potentially solve many of the world's most pressing problems, such as climate change, energy scarcity, and disease. This revelation sent shockwaves through the summit, and even the most skeptical nations began to reconsider their positions. Those advocating for the alliance with the extraterrestrial civilization seized upon this discovery as proof of the benefits that could be gained by working together with the Galactic Ambassador. However, opponents of the alliance were not swayed, and they argued that the potential for misuse of this advanced technology was too great. They cautioned that humanity might not be ready for such a leap in scientific progress, and that the consequences of sharing this technology with the extraterrestrial civilization were still unknown. As the final vote drew nearer, factions within the United Nations became more entrenched, and the atmosphere grew increasingly tense. Protests erupted in major cities around the world, with people voicing their support or opposition to the proposed alliance. The media continued to cover the unfolding events, amplifying the discord and fueling the uncertainty surrounding the decision. In the final moments before the vote, the Galactic Ambassador addressed the United Nations one last time. They spoke of the countless civilizations they had encountered throughout the cosmos, each faced with the same choice that now confronted humanity. Some had chosen to join their interstellar community, reaping the rewards of cooperation and shared knowledge. Others had chosen isolation, and their fates were left to the whims of the universe. With those words, the ambassador stepped back, allowing humanity to determine its own path. The United Nations General Assembly held its breath as the votes were cast and tallied. The world watched in anticipation, collectively pondering the consequences of their decision. As the final vote was announced, the outcome was too close to call. Both sides had powerful arguments, and humanity remained divided. The Galactic Ambassador, still wearing that enigmatic smile, observed the proceedings with a sense of calm understanding. They knew that this was merely the beginning of humanity's journey, and that whatever decision was made, the echoes of this great debate would reverberate throughout human history. The screen faded to black, leaving the audience to wonder what the future held for humanity. Would they embrace the potential of an alliance with an extraterrestrial civilization, or would they choose to stand alone in the face of the unknown? The ultimate choice remained shrouded in mystery, a testament to the complexities and uncertainties that define the human experience. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Great Debate. We hope you enjoyed the story and that it left you contemplating the consequences of such a critical decision. What do you think humanity should do in a situation like this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories that explore the wonders of the unknown. Until next time, keep questioning the world around you and embracing the mysteries of the universe.